Okay, so this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to take a T40 remote and upgrade it to a T50. Um, this is going to be a irreversible change. You cannot go back from this change. So if you have a T40 and you are upgrading to a T50, it will forever then be known as a T50 remote. So let's just do it real quick. I get a lot of questions on how to do this. So we're going to start off on the DJI Assistant 2 screen from DJI's website. You might have a Mac, you might have a PC, so you can go ahead and choose whatever version on top right here, whatever suits your operating system. Go ahead and download it. Once you get it installed, it will look something like this. And from here, we're going to go ahead and go to the login screen, and we're going to go ahead and use the beta account supplied by DJI for this very reason. So let me go ahead and log into this here. We'll go ahead and put the verification code in. Okay, so now you can see in the top corner up here, we are logged in as the beta account. We can go ahead and plug our USB-C cable into our controller now on the top and go ahead and power it on. Once the remote controller is powered on, it should populate here saying RC Plus. There we go, connected devices. Go ahead and select DJI RC Plus. Firmware update. Okay, so this is already a T50 remote that I have to work on today. So once this loads, it's not going to be showing any of the T40 software. But if you're doing this on a T40 going into a T50, you're going to see multiple versions. Once you surpass version 3.5, you are going into T50 territory. Okay, so once this loads, okay, there we go. So you'll see that my versions start at 5.05. If you're doing a T40, you're probably going to be back in the 3.0 range up to maybe even 3.4. So you can see here, now that we're logged in as a beta account, you can see all of the different versions. Do not install anything that's considered beta account. This is only if you're having some serious problems, and we've already worked with DJI. Stick to the non-beta accounts, the actual releases. Because that will ensure that you have, the best build so far. So once you go ahead and upload this, update the firmware for this, it'll take a little while, and then the remote controller will restart. One thing to note on here is if you are going from, let's say, version 3 to version 4 and then to version 5, you have to do it sequentially. One and then the next one and then the next one, go up until you get to the latest version of it. I've had some success with just jumping up to the next one, but sometimes you have to incrementally change it in order to get to that point. Okay, so now we're back on the controller here. Let's try to get rid of this glare. But now on the controller, we're going to go back here. We're going to go to settings. We're going to scroll down to system. We're going to go to advanced, and we're going to go to user type. If you only have one user type right here, this translates into, let me see if I can get it. This translates into agricultural professional machine. So that's actually the version that is the T50 for the overseas Americas. If you see two options and you see one that just says agricultural user, switch it to the other one, because if it still says agricultural user, that is a T40 model. If it says this or it says agricultural professional machine, make sure you select that. Once you select it, the remote controller will restart, and that is the end of the process. That will give you a T50 controller. Just remember, you cannot go back. You cannot ever use this with a T40 again. So that's just a word of caution, but that should get you through on how to upgrade it from a T40 to a T50.